Yeah, puppy. Yeah, my puppy long stockings. Yeah, my puppy. Ah, indeed. And greetings upon you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. This moment, this opportunity to not be alone, to be lonely. You might defer, might figure out that we want to talk about loneliness today. Ah, about the feelings of being alone, being actually alone, what we allow ourselves to do when we're alone, who we are when we're alone. I would love to discuss these things with you friends today. Lane, it has been 1 year since I found these streams. Officially 1 year, Lane. You found us on the 28th. You're an OG, Lane. An actual original. I wanted to say gangster, but then suddenly, the entire demeanor of Lane changed when I called you a gangster in my mind. The original guy. I'll just call you the original guy. Thank you for joining us again, Lane. It's so nice to have you here, brother Bear. Jenny, as always, awesome to have you here. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing? Mr. Charles, Melt, you're live. Melt? Yes, technically I was live, but these days, Charles, I've been opening the stream up a little bit earlier than I actually show up to the stream. And it's been an opportunity to share like a moment of calm, listen to the birds, see a bit into some other world, into nature. Good morning, nice backdrop. Way to mix it up, right? A little bit more, I mean, a little bit less open, I guess, but still pretty nature-esque, if you will. Selagura says, so crazy you're talking about this. I will be alone in my first blizzard this weekend. I'm pretty nervous. Sela, I'm also alone. My entire family went to a birthday party. And unfortunately, this birthday party is a little bit in the middle of nowhere. And as a result of that, there is no internet service, which means I stay because we have to have these streams, of course. And, I'm not complaining for a split second. I'm super okay with being alone. I just realized a little bit earlier that, yes, I am in fact alone. You'll be okay, friend. Tune into these streams. You won't be completely alone. We'll be with you during this blizzard, during this weekend. We can keep each other a little bit of company. Princess Peppermint, of course, but Mononoke, thank you for joining us, my friend. How are you doing? How are things feeling? How are you breathing right now? Are you feeling alone? Or not? Please do tell. Curious. Ryan, brother Bear, good day to you as always. Is it necessary? Of course. Happy Friday. All of it's necessary. Good day to everyone. It's nice to have you here, Charles. Genuinely. How's the family? How are your kids doing? Good morning, Melt. Did you guys ever have a cloudy morning? It's always sunny there. Oh, yes. I mean, I would show you. You know what? I will show you. I'm gonna have to take this out of the mount, and then I'll show you what what it looks like around me right now. At least the bits of clouds that I can see. Isn't that spectacular? Like it trips me out. How is that a real thing? How are clouds a thing? You know, they're so freaking pretty. Sometimes I'll come outside and it would literally look like there is this mosaic, like a painting of the world, you know, just around me. And I'm like, goodness, whose artwork did I just walk on? And is this a work of art for me? And it's like, no, but you're the one that is seeing it. So, not for you, but you. In this moment. Thank you for joining us, Fred, for asking. I hope that you have amazing weather, at least, you know, coming your way soon. If you feel it's always sunny here. I'm okay and breathing clouds. Attempting to evacuate a field mouse from the car. Ooh, that is what we call in the farm community a big yikes, you know, because rats don't really, you don't really want rats to live with you because they'll use whatever is around them to make themselves a bed, and they'll rip things apart, you know, your wires, your seating cushions. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, my friend. I mean, technically you're not alone in the car if you have a field mouse in it. Stretch a little bit, maybe. Thank you for the wholesome hammer. I appreciate that. Mammy, hello to you. Thank you for the love. Thank you so much for sharing this space with us. I see you and appreciate you. How are you doing, Mammy? How are the kids? How has life been? How's Mammy life treating you, if you will? Coco is here as well. Help! I need help. We're here to help with whatever we can, Coco. You know, try and unburden yourself a little bit. Things are trying to blow away again. Before I try and find, you know, something to help you with or figure out what it is you need help with, let's see if the thing we're saying will provide some help. The only experience what you have chosen, you only experience what you have chosen to create. I don't know if that's helpful. Let's see the next one. Dropping pebbles into the field of words. I don't know if that's helpful. Everything is a web of relationship. Might that be helpful? Maybe this one. Maybe this one might be a little bit helpful. Whatever you're going through, Coco, remember that you remain in connection with all other webs of relationship. Yeah. Even though you might feel alone, you remain in connection with all other webs of relationship. Just think about that for a second. The trees, the little burps chirping around, you know, the pups I have, the grass I'm mildly sitting on right now. There's not a lot of grass under me. All of it is webs of relationship. We're not alone. Do I want to set my intention as alone? No. Instead of alone, I'll do singular. You know, because it's almost the same. But in my mind, it has a different little shine to it. Singular, I feel, has more going for it. I don't even know if I spelled that correctly. Singular. Singular. Oh well, if it's incorrect, guess I'll be embarrassed at some point. Oh goodness. Like I've been saving my Garrix. I don't know, I don't know if this is a weird story to share, but I've been thinking about these little intentions that we write on these little papers, and I was like, isn't there something more I can do with them? Do I have to throw them away? And I started saving them, and now I'm going to stick them to the inside of my Jupiter painting on the frame. I'm gonna stick them everywhere, you know, and then if anybody was to ever take that painting off of the wall, they will find the entire frame plastered with a bunch of kind of stained, if you will, little Garrick papers with little messages written on them. I don't know if that's significant. I don't know if it's impressive, but it's me trying to add even more infinity onto something that I already see as an infinity. I've already stuck 3 onto it. You know, a love Garrick, a evolution Garrick, and technisch is the Afrikaanse woord wysheid, a wysheid Garrick. wisdom, Garrick. That is also on there. One of them is Afrikaans. Yeah. Now we have singular. We're gonna smoke with the intention of thinking about what it means to be singular. If there is such a thing as singularity, ultimate unity. Does ultimate unity mean that we become one? Or is it more the understanding of one as a collective? How many you think? Oh, Coco, I want to hear what you have to say, my friend. Sorry. How many times a day are the buddies in your cult required to sleep with you? Ugh, hitting hard. I'm not really that sexual, my friend. Unfortunately, like I'm not too concerned with sexual activity. If I were to run a cult, make people smile. You make their days better. It's like, is that all? Yeah. I'm not getting fucked. No, please no. No, nobody's getting fucked. I'm sorry. No, hitting hard. Absolutely not, friend. What do you need? I'm curious as well. Can I stay and hang out? I can't stay and hang out cause we're out of quarantine finally. Going to the beach. Woohoo! That's amazing, man. I'm happy to hear you're all healthy. Have a good day at the beach. Go and get those sunlights. I am fucking miserable, says Cassiopeia Dwarf. First things first, thank you for joining us again, my friend. I've missed you. I've missed you. It's been a while. And I see you have another message saying, I had a massive crush on someone and fell hard for them. And they loved CBT and all kinds of pain. CBT and all kinds of pain. And I fucked it up per usual. And they loved CBT and all kinds of pain. And I'm so confused, Cassiopeia Dwarf. CBT. I guess like for some reason my mind goes to BDSM. I'm so sorry. I'm like trying to like fill the gaps right now, Dwarf. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Know that you're not alone. That's the only thing that I can console you in is you're not alone. Ooh, pretty background. Thank you for joining us. Pretty Jovan. It's so nice to have you here, my beloved sister. The cold makes me tiny. Whoa, 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 whoa. Doing okay. The cold gave me a tiny, sneaky mouse. My wife is now battling the Rona. Please take a moment to send her some light. Ooh, like that was the quickest I've ever seen one. Like instantly as I closed my eyes, I saw this almost like self-contained little flame just like burning, like pulsating energy out. Energy is coming. She'll be fine. Thank you, Brother Bay, for asking. Sometimes to be alone is all I want. Like I don't like to be lonely, but I don't like to be lonely, says Lane. I want to be alone, but I don't want to be lonely. That's the whole, I want someone to be alone with me, right? That significant other or a friend where you just say nothing and you are in each other's space together. I feel you, Lane. I feel you, dude. I'm also very grateful for this time of my life where I am going to get to be a little bit more solitary. I don't want to say alone, but solitary. Like I don't plan on taking a partner, if you will, anytime soon. And I feel it can be, like a sense of loneliness, a sense of I don't have someone. But the way I'm thinking about it right now is just the web of relationships again that I'm a part of as a whole. This world, the relationship I have with the world, and that's the relationship I'm working on right now. And in that way, if you realize you have a relationship with the entire reality around you, you are unable to be alone because you realize everything you do, the things you eat, even the way you breathe right now is influencing the whole. You are in a relationship with all other webs of relationship. How do you feel about that, Lane? It's a little bit counter indicative to what you just said. It's like, sometimes I just want to be alone. And I'm like, you cannot be alone. In fact, Lane, I'm sorry, my dude. There's no such thing. There's just no such thing. I feel when we say we want to be alone, I feel we want to be in a completely judgment-free space, right? Like, it's not so much that we want to be completely left alone. We just want to be able to do what we do alone without feeling some sense of guilt because there's another party involved. So I feel we feel lonely when we are being judged and our likes, our personal choices and pastime isn't encouraged or supported by the ones that we are not being kept alone or that we are keeping our company, right? So one scenario, you have people in your space, and technically you're not alone in that space, but you feel lonely because all of those people don't agree with your life decisions or the stuff that you choose to do. So they're constantly battering you about how you're supposed to change or how these things are supposed to be done, and in that context we feel we want to be alone, like we don't want all of these outside influences affecting us. Where on the other side of it, we can be amongst a bunch of other people. We can be amongst, let's say, a small group of friends instead. And this group of friends have absolutely no judgment towards you. They allow you to do your own thing, they allow you to experience life the way you want to experience it, and they love you regardless of that. And in that way, it can feel very close and very personal in that environment. And you as a group like to be alone from the rest of the world because you can contain and you can cultivate a certain level of energy in that space. Am I resonating with you, Lane? I hope so, Brother Bear. I feel it's important for us to realize it's not so much that we want to be alone, we want to be understood. We want to feel like we are not being judged, feel like we are okay as we are. And it's sometimes easy to feel okay as we are if we're alone, because it's only us we have to deal with. Mammy, yes, happy Friday. Thank you so much, my loving friend. I'll see you again. I love all of you as we love you, Vape Lord Susuke. Sasuke. Oh, I don't know how to say your name. Sasuke? No, not Sasuke. Sasuke, I guess. Thank you for sharing the love, my friend. We love you too. It is with my boyfriend. I don't know if I can help you with your boyfriend. I can talk to you about it. But please do share. Yeah, you can't fuck anything up. You can only try your best or not. And if it wasn't meant to be, and you tried as hard as you can, no matter how hard you would have tried, it wouldn't have meant to be anyway. You cannot work hard enough to make it meant to be. No, I deliberately sabotaged it. What happened, dwarf? Share more information with us. Maybe we can dig through this with you. Nice one, dude. Looks like a great space. Highlights the privilege compared to the Ukraine feed. My friend, if I wanted to wallow, if you will, in privilege, I would be trying to keep everything to myself, trying to compound what I have. None of this is mine. I'm living with my parents right now. I don't have a car. I don't have a stable job. I don't have the means to even feed. Well, I can kind of eat right now. I can kind of eat. I can't afford a place to live, but I can kind of eat right now. Doing what it is we're doing. I'm not that privileged. I am privileged. Absolutely. Unequivocally, I have loving parents, which is a privilege. I have parents that are willing to take care of me during this, I guess I can call it, transitionary phase of my life, which is an amazing privilege. I have fresh air to breathe, and I have water to drink, and I have food to eat, and all of these things are absolute privileges. But I'm not trying to share this space because I'm trying to be like, oh, look at this privilege. No, my friend. We're trying to love one another. We're trying to open a space that we can share with one another, regardless of where we are in our social economic status, where we are in our lives, where we are as an age, where we are in our sexual development. We're allowing one another to actually just be human beings, judgment free here. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Pitch. We appreciate your input nonetheless. I try my best, but I have fucked up potential relationships. Me too late. Oh yes. Have I? I mean, I feel even though yes, I have fucked up potential relationships, I also wouldn't have been happy in those relationships if they were to continue. Like, reflecting on my life and thinking of all the relationships I've been in and how they didn't work out and the reasons they didn't work out for, if I extrapolate that, 5 years, 10 years into the future, There was no way that me and those people were compatible with one another. And in this context, it's better for me to be alone than to be with them. And that's something that is not always easy to recognize or to believe, about your own life. Because we want to be in relationships. We don't like being alone generally. But if you are completely uncomfortable with being alone, coming back to what we were talking about yesterday, then it's also probably going to be difficult for you to be completely present when you are in a relationship. But what do I know? I haven't been in a relationship in forever. I can't respond to everyone. I'm sorry. But you tried before you sabotaged. That was you deciding to. Yeah, and like the thing I read as well, I wonder if I'm going to find it again on quick notice. The very first thing I said was kind of like a call out. Is it a call out? It's like a, yes, this thing you're experiencing was your choice. And yes, like if you sabotage the relationship and the relationship ended because of the sabotage, then yes, you've chosen this and you're just experiencing the relationship of those choices. It's not necessarily bad. It might not feel very comfortable right now. You might be like, fuck, fuck, why did I do that? The fuck did I do that for? And now you're like, oh, this sucks ass. And yes, yes, it will suck ass for a while sometimes, especially if we make stupid mistakes, because we keep kicking ourselves over and over again. But realizing that that mistake has been made, kind of analyzing why we made that mistake, and kind of moving past in a way where we can make sure not to make those same mistakes is the only way we grow, dwarf. You're growing right now, my friend. Oh, he came back. I did, Tanner. I haven't left, actually, my friend. I've been here every day. Still, we're doing it, dude. We're doing it. How are you? Hello, guys. Majestic Mover. It's nice to have you oozing. Not alone, because I'm with you, friend. Of course. This is why we do this. Quite literally. I keep forgetting my freaking lighter as of late. Why? Why? Why do I do this? Because I'm trying to not smoke during the day, so I don't have the lighter around my neck earlier, and then I forget about it. You're gonna go on an adventure? Yes? Like, I'm gonna have to leave you YouTube friends. Will you be okay with it? You get to keep the scenery. YouTube, the Reddit friends are coming with me. Oh, I'm gonna be fast. I'm gonna be fast. I'll show you. I'll show you in my room for a second. I don't know. Look at the fruit flies. Look at the fruit flies. And a Eva. Oh, you're being a silly girl. Are you being jealous, Peppy Pets? Are you being jealous, Peppy? Are you being jealous? Yeah, she's very. She's trying to get like a little bit of her on her head. But she knows what it is. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. That's what my deal. Okay. He just like lays directly in the sunlight. Gets mildly cooked. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. This is where I'm sitting right now. Isn't that my seat? Isn't that my seat you're sitting on right now? What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna sit on you. Sure. Too fast. Okay. There we go. Oh shit, for a second I was like, why am I glistening? I think like a beam of light caught me. Wholesome hammer. Yeah, I got wholesome hammered, my friend. Now I'm going to get singularity, I guess. Cheers to you, friend. So you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I roll joints with intentions. So that little Garrick bottle I showed you are previous intentions. I write the little message on these Garrick papers, and then I smoke these joints with that intention in mind. We're talking about loneliness, we're talking about being alone. I didn't want my attention to be loneliness or being alone. So he said it as singular. To singularity, friends. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. That would do it. Not having a flint. Do I? Are we gonna go on another adventure? You know what? I'm going on an adventure. I'm gonna see if I can find another one of these. I think I might have one, but I also might not have one. I don't even know if this thing is still live. Like, I think Reddit might have bonked out because it is stuck on my side. I'll be back in a second. Like, spend some time in nature. You're not alone. You're here. Okay? Okay? I'm back in a second. I'm gonna run. So fast. You're so fast. Got another one. Let's see if it works. Mm. Yeah, something like this. Is it gonna work? Hey. Yo, it's stuckish. I don't think it's been used in forever. Let's try that again, shall we? I'm just thinking about how you can think of a moment as singular, right? Like, I strike my lighter, it gets lit, I smoke this joint using that flame. And then we've tried to smoke this joint first with no lighter, turning that singular moment into two. And then upon getting the lighter, our flint stopped working, so we had to split that moment into three. So here we are, finally, Trinity into this single moment. It's popular to smoke weed on Reddit now, it seems. Like 90% of the streamers I see are smoking weed. I just feel people are smoking weed, a lot of people are smoking weed, and there are more streamers. So if you put two and two together, it makes sense, right? I hope that's gas. It is, friend. Morning, red clicker. Is that drugs? I mean, technically, yes. Coffee, alcohol, cigarettes, antidepressants. It's all drugs, my friend. It's all drugs all the way down. The stunned weed, obvious. Guy seems cool, though. Have a good day, Meltmore. Thank you, Captain G String. I appreciate your love. No sound. There's a button right here. Dude, I've started planting feminized seeds. It's late summer, full sun. Any recommendations? Let them grow, friend. Let them grow. Like, if you have feminized seeds, most of the work is done for you. You know, like, maybe if you're going to be doing it seriously, consider nets or cages for your plants if they're going to be growing outdoors, and prune them. You know, cut branches that are going to be dropping onto the floor off. Let that plant put the energy towards branches that are growing upwards. and make sure it's pest free. That's the advice I have for you, recommendations I have for you. Of course, he's a professional. Thank you, friend. I don't think I've been called a professional once in my life. This thing is a little bit stuck. A professional. What a trip that is. Just thinking about it is like really confusing me. I receive it on her behalf. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope she pulls through quickly. Who painted that massive painting? It's awesome. It's a friend. It's a friend I met at a music festival. And I exchanged numbers with him. Talked to him about a bit, and then saw this painting on his status. I haven't been friends with him for that long, but I felt a genuine urge to support him. You might see confusion on my face right now, and it's because I feel like I'm not remembering his name, and I feel horrible for it. What the hell? What the hell? It's like this is part of my brain. It's like, yes, this is his face, the way he looks, his persona, his belief systems. All of these things are in my mind of him, and then I try to reference his name, and it's like Francois? Yeah. Holy shit. I feel bad. I feel so bad. I should reach out to him today, actually. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I'm actually amazed. Like, I'm flabbergasting myself. Coco, it's your boyfriend. Hello, Hama Esta. Thank you for joining us. Where are you at? South Africa. Requires more weed to listen to. Thank you, friend. We're not alone. No, we're not. Thank you for the tree hug, my friend. This guy is insufferable. Guess we can all be sometimes, friend. Thank you for suffering with me. No, it wasn't me decided. No, it was just me being too afraid. Okay. Like, choosing fear instead of love is still a choice, unfortunately, dwarf. And I'm not trying to make any less of you or your choices, or trying to belittle. Pepe. She's chasing an ant, and he's running underneath my stuff. We're here with you, my friend. We are here with you. Fucking weed, man. Stop the obsession with, yes, it's a good smoke. Yes, I've done it for years. But I'll tell you something. If you're not in the right mindset for it, it'll fuck you so quickly, you don't even see it coming. I agree with that. Old, old establishment. That's why I'm so concerned, if you will, with setting intentions for why I'm smoking. Instead of just smoking with this intention of, oh, I want to get super high, I smoke with now for the intention to think of singularity, think what it means to be alone, think of how very much not alone we are right now in this moment. And you're right. I do believe you're right. If you don't have intentions, if you're just doing things, not even necessarily smoking weed, if you're just doing things in life without any intention, if you're just doing them haphazardly because this is not what I'm doing, oh, this seems fun, now I'm doing this, oh no, this, and there's no thought, there's no mind, if you will, that gets applied onto those parts of your life, no matter what it is you're doing, it's gonna fuck you up pretty quickly. You're right, old establishment. And keep moving. Doesn't it get exhausting trying to make yourself feel special all the time? I don't think you have to try, friend. Like, you don't have to try to be special either. We're just kind of special by default, and we're not necessarily special in the grand scheme of things, but this experience, you, and the life you're living, is as special as it can be because it's your life. You don't have to try, friend. No, just you and your mom. You need some respect for all. Thank you for the love, friend. I appreciate your being here. It takes so much to put oneself on display to help others. Godspeed, my brother. Thank you so much for your love, my friend. That's why we do this. We're showing up to have a space in which we can be less alone. Have a space in which we can feel accepted. Have a space in which we can just share some space in a way that I feel hasn't been available to me before. And you friends are that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for your love, my friend. I appreciate your beautiful words. Crank for the helpful. Thank you so much. It does worth the effort. What time is it there? It's about 36 minutes past 4 right now. You're amazing. Keep shining. Thank you, Weird. You too, friend. You too. I'm just your reflection, friend. What is shining you're seeing is just your light coming out of your being, hitting what you think of as me, and then being reflected back into your consciousness. You're the one shining, friend. He will not message me, and I haven't tried to get him to respond, but he will not answer me. Like, we need to know more, Coco. Give us more information so we can help, or try to help at least. Like, the information you're giving is extremely limited. Hello, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you, ma'am. Not mammy. Aunt B. Thank you for the love, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope the kids, I hope Haywire Hill is absolutely flourishing. I have tried for an hour. Tell us more, Coco. Mirrored back to you. Oh, there we go. You know as well. Fire breathing Jen. Amen, dude. Love you, man. Love you, Scrooks. Thank you for the love, friend. Okay, Pitch says, hoe gaan het met jou oma? Heel goed. My oma wil binnekort na hiernatoe kom vir Februarie. Dis ten minste die plan. My grandma's coming over for February. Just remember, moderate use like anything in life. Weed is not a tool for escaping. I agree. You know, I've taken one puff of it, and now I'm kind of set. I'm comfortable right now. I don't need to smoke anymore. I'm gonna remember his name before the end of the stream. It's so surreal to me. You know, I haven't talked to him in like something like 8 months. And it is a two-way stream. It is a two-way stream. It's like bothering me so much right now. Okay. We're not alone. Let him be, Coco. Let the love you know around you support you until you find some love greater to add to it. Beautiful point, babe. Thank you, my friend. Drug. What is this? A Dare PSA from You Know It Alls. Yeah, pretty much, friend. CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. Maybe that's it, friend. I'm also not really sure. Conscious Apple says, but I live in Detroit, so you can't swing a dead cat and not hit anyone selling it legally. Oh, yeah, I'm guessing you're talking about marijuana. Meltmore, can you help me with my boyfriend? Coco Power, not if you keep giving me limited information, friend. Unfortunately, I won't be able to. You know, I feel the information you've given is, oh, this person was in your life, and then you pushed them away, and now they're not responding to you. Like, with that amount of information, my advice, my help with to you would be is to move on. If they didn't respond to your texts, then that relationship is over, because you cannot have a relationship with someone if you can't communicate with them. That's the only way I can help, my friend. You are okay. You are doing fine. You don't need this person in your life. The love you experienced came from you first. No, one is the loneliest number that there ever was. The Beatles. I actually don't remember that lyric, but it sounds so familiar right now, Mariah. Thank you for joining me. I know you feel how you feel, Melt. I haven't talked to my brother for 10 years, and you look like him. That is surreal. You've told me that you're going to send me a photo of him. I'm still waiting on that. Why are you not talking to him? You know, if he looks like me, is there other things that are similar to me as well? Do you still want to be talking to him when I'm okay? Thank you for the helpful, my friend. Holy words, man. Thank you for the love, friend. Oh my goodness, you remembered. I remember most things, but for some reason, when I forget things, I like murder myself. Like, my brain right now is like taking sledgehammers to itself. It's like trying to undig everything to try and find that name. And it's not comfortable. I'll send a pic today. Thank you, Fred. I look forward to like seeing it. I'm genuinely curious. Okay, Light Wonderful says, it isn't by getting out of the world that we become enlightened, but by getting into the world, by getting so tuned in that we can ride the waves of our existence and never get tossed, because we become the waves. We are as waves on the infinite ocean, my friend, quite literally. You know, if you had to see an infinite ocean, you know, that has a plane in every single direction and it stretches into infinity, what happens is we try to label, you know, this ocean as this is what this ocean is. And every single time we try and make a label, no matter how all-encompassing it might be, it will still be just this ring thrown over this infinite ocean. So within infinity, no matter how big that ring is, within that infinity, that ring could be inconceivably small, right? And I believe that is the same case for us as human beings. We are these infinite oceans, fundamentally. And then from these infinite oceans arises a wave. And we technically are that wave. We shouldn't feel like we're being tossed. We should experience what it feels like to be that wave, to go through this life as that wave, to try and move as much of this infinite ocean with that wave. Not to try and fight it, not to try and steer the wave, just to continue living into the wave. You're completely right. Light Wonderful. Thank you for the true friend. The reason we have high quality THC products readily available is because people are obsessed with it. Let them obsess. We can have it. Not only that, they're not obsessed with it. It's a better alternative to what we have available to us right now. You know, when it comes to recreational intoxicants, it's, you know, downers, if you will, you know, opioids. People are like taking, you know, oxycontins or Xanaxes. That's what some people do, or like drinking lean. I guess it's kind of in the same world. Or people are using stimulants, you know, meth, cocaine, speed, you know, is making them up, if you will, or people are taking psychedelics that give you more information, you know, kind of speaks to your serotonin systems, or, you know, they smoke cigarettes, or they drink alcohol, or they drink coffee, or they smoke weed. And out of all of these things, when it comes to the amount of impact it has onto consciousness versus the drawbacks of it, THC is one of the best when it comes to recreational substances, because drinking is bad for you on a physiological level. It's not good for you, and doing it every day is extremely not good for you. Smoking cigarettes, the same thing. Maybe smoking weed every day isn't great for you, but in comparison to smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol every day, it's significantly better. So what are you suggesting people should lost eye. She's chewing on a piece of plastic, and she's like I hear like she's choking on something. So we're not gonna have that. Hey, hey, it's okay. Lost eye ding. Like as I'm walking up to this piece of like furry plastic, I don't even know where she found it. She goes and she lies on top of it. Like I'm not gonna see it, or not. I'm gonna forget what I'm walking up to her for. Oh, out of sight, out of mind, I guess. How much weed is okay in a day? Answer: yes. How much weed is okay in a day? Man, look at this fly. I tried to wave him off twice. He's just not having it. It's like, yeah, this is my seat now. Go away, oh. He doesn't like. I'm getting this close to him. Don't you care? He's so brave. Fine, dude. Chillax, oh. You won't be able to drink that much of my water anyway. Bruh, I'm so alone. I don't even know what alone is anymore. Pala, here you are with us right now. So technically you're not alone. And the irony is that it took me 22 minutes to read your message. And I feel it's almost perfect that way. Because in the same way that you might feel alone right now, if you're not here in this moment for me to have this conversation with you, you might continue to feel alone. But because you're here, because you're showing up, because maybe you've waited, now we have this exchange. We have this feeling of not being alone, this feeling of recognition. Little spider on my phone as well. I'm so not alone right now. There's things everywhere. Obsession possesses you. Ooh. Yeah, it's yes slash no. There is more. This is more a Coke monologue than weed. Okay, pitch. Like, I feel, you know, Coke is one of those things that really messes with your dopamine system. And you don't really want to mess with your dopamine systems because it is the underlying reward system for your life. So how you do things, how you experience things, is determined by this underlying dopamine system, and we're already kind of getting wrecked by these mobile devices. I wanted to say modular devices for some reason. These mobile devices that give us access to more information, more content, more instant dopamine hits than we've ever been able to experience. Knowing how big an impact that has had on my life, just technology, I'm staying as far away from stimulants like cocaine, stuff like that as I can. Mm, everyone is alone, but not necessarily lonely. I feel alone is what we always are. We're singular. I'm one being, if you will. But that feeling of lonely comes from not being accepted as that one being in a social environment. That's why you can feel very lonely even though you're completely surrounded by people. You generated yourself. It sounds like the pressure you are feeling from the people around you makes you feel like you don't quite belong to them, with them. Yeah, that's what happens. That's why we feel alone, or that's why we feel lonely. Technically, we always feel alone if you go to sleep and you have your eyes closed. In that moment, there's not too much that another person can do to be there with you. I guess they can hold on to you, but it's not necessarily something that they can help you with. But in that moment, even though you might be alone in mind, having this person next to you, instead of them just being on their own space, have, like a hand next to you or an arm close to you, you can feel less lonely in that moment. If you feel not alone, it makes it 10 times worse. Yeah, weed can just like kind of up your awareness about things as well. 2 a.m. non-stop nonsense. Soki, sauce, Sasoki. Sasaki. Sasaki. Okay, thank you, Fred. Sasaki. Maybe that's the way you say it. Thank you, smoker, but I'm smoking right now. This escalated fast. That's how it works sometimes. I mean, I'm here. People are like, that one on Coke, I hear, lol. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I'm sorry, Conscious Apple. Lord Sauce. So, yeah, I've heard that too. What is it like to buy weed in South Africa? I wouldn't be able to tell you, DG, because I haven't bought wheat in like no, almost like 5 years now. I've been growing for myself ever since the first two times I bought wheat. And I guess I can tell you about those times. We have in South Africa what we call taxi ranks, which is like an area where a bunch of the local minibus um, transportation, not really public transportation, it's transportation. It's like little buses, like mini buses. And then these mini buses have like places where they stop and they let people off and people can get back on. And those things are called taxi ranks. And if you want to, at least for the longest time, find weed, that's where you had to go. So like ventured into this area, found some people, told them I wanted to buy weed, and then they sold me small bankies of weed. And that's how it worked here in South Africa. That experience felt very surreal, and I was paranoid for most of it. So I decided I decided to start growing for myself, and I've never looked back. Not only because I enjoy smoking my own bud, but because of the enjoyment I get from growing. Plants. Just spending time with a plant is such a visceral and almost therapeutic experience. Listen, if you're feeling empty and alone, listen to your inner voice and stop ignoring yourself. Grab life by the balls and take control. So many people just sit there waiting for something to happen. You keep doing that and see where you'll go. Old establishment, I appreciate your intention to share love, my friend. Good morning to you, Toast. It's nice to have you here. Thank you for the helpful Nico Zero and Toast. I appreciate that as well, friend. Africa is going to become the wealthiest country with a currency that doesn't use money. I mean, if you're saying currency that doesn't use money, it's a little bit counterintuitive, right? Isn't currency technically money within itself? Are you talking about crypto? Africa going crypto? Maybe. It's going to become a country. Yes. Have you tried smoking a banana leaf? No, I haven't, friend. Fark me, that would take some serious political upheaval. It would. We are all exactly where we need to be right now. You're right, Prized Woodpecker. Thank you for that reminder. We are exactly where we're supposed to be. Thank you for the lurking, Jovan. I see you, my friend. I appreciate you being here with me. Sorry for taking so long. No, you allow yourself to be where you allow yourself to be where you're, don't confuse that, where you are. I guess that's true. Old establishment. Everything happens for a reason. I believe that as well. No, until they make the African Union and switch to the new ARI currency. Oh, I've heard about that as well. Yeah, hopefully. Let's see. Bingo melt. I'm happy that you're feeling into this with me, Red. Today's topic is definitely something that a lot of us, and I believe that's why, we had this opportunity to touch as many lives as we have, is because it can feel very lonely in this life. It can feel very lonely. And I feel what we're doing, has allowed me to feel less alone than I've ever have. Knowing that there are people that care about me, knowing that there are people that I care about out there in the world, living their lives, experiencing their dreams, going through their experience of infinity, it gives me hope. It gives me so much hope for the future going forward because I know now, finally, that I'm not actually alone. Diana, thank you for being here with me instead of being alone. I share this space with you so lovingly. Thank you genuinely for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Frankie. Would still make it a union of nations, though, not a single country. Yeah, almost like the EU type of thing, maybe. I guess it would be the AU, the African Unions. You showed up in my dream last night. Ooh, that's a trip, Mariah. You're the second person to tell me that today. And both of your names start with M. Mm, mm. More synchronicities. What was the dream about, if you'd be willing to share? Oh, old establishment says, bro, stop fucking about of the joint and smoke it. Man's taking about 20 minutes to roll that shit. Get on with it. Old establishment, you were just telling me about how if you smoke weed with bad intentions or, without knowing it, you'll fuck yourself up. And then you say something like that, friend. Don't you think that urgency to get me to smoke something could lead you to getting fucked up? Even on the other side, I'll DM you. It's a lot. I'm really curious. Please do, Mariah. I would love to know. Maybe there might be some similarities. That would be even more surreal. I agree. And waste precious energy. You can just meet new people when you are smoking weed the entire day. How can you meet new people when you're smoking weed the entire day? So, before, like I've been doing this for 393 days, right? 94 days, somewhere in that ballpark. I have not known the person Scorpy. Now I have met the person Scorpy. So you can choose Scorpy to be here again and I can get to know you more and more. Or you cannot do that. And I'm not gonna say you're gonna be alone, obviously not. But if you're feeling lonely and you don't allow yourself to be known, you don't allow yourself to have relationships with other people, you approach your relationships like that, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, you're gonna be alone. I'm not alone. I'm not alone at all. I've met more people during this part of my life than I've met during my entire life. People that I love with a genuine passion, people that I'm looking forward to watching grow. Like now, like just saying that words, I think about Kira, I think about Toasty, I think about Edmund, I think about Jovan, I think about Jem, I think about Insane, I think about Uncle Becky, I think about Saint Pariah, I think about Lay, I think about Lady Moirai, I think about so many people. Just like, and that's I mean, I can keep going, but just in a second my mind goes to all of these people that I want to see thrive, people I want to see grow, people I want to see, change this world with me. We're not alone, friend. We're less alone than we've ever been. Look at all that armchair professional here. Yeah, so many of them. So many. I mean, all of them was trying to psychoanalyze me. Yes. Yes, I see. Actually, based on what I've seen, this is you. Oh, really? Really, I've been trying to figure out who I am my entire existence. Thank you. Thank you for telling me who I am. Now I can finally rest. Freaking, don't you dare. To hurt the self is to hurt the other, and to hurt the other is to hurt the self. Yeah? That's why I don't believe in being alone, my friend. That's quite literally the reason. Thank you for joining that lag. Is mom and dad looking through the window at this, wondering where they went wrong? Hmm. I was worried about that as well, okay, Pitch. And at one point, I called my mom sobbing. A friend had me over for like 2 months. Like, he was asking me to come and live with him, fed me, housed me. It was an amazing experience. And he sent me, like, he was calling me, I think, what, day before yesterday. And he was like, bro, I know that you've only been home for like a month, but I'm already thinking about getting you back here. And during that time, like, Christian is very preoccupied with what his parents think of him. And he was genuinely sharing that mindset, that feeling. And I literally, as I'm going through this, I call my mom sobbing. I'm like, Mama, ek is jammer, ek is nie wat julle gedink het ek sal wees nie, jy weet. Ek probeer regtig hard om vir myself 'n lewe te maak. No, 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 no. Like, Mom, I'm so sorry that if I'm not what you thought I was going to be, I'm really just trying to live a good life, and I was worried about that as well. Okay, Pitch, like, is my parents like, oh goodness, this fuck up of a child we have? No, fortunately, quite the opposite. They're very supporting. They understand how difficult the world is right now. Okay, Pitch, I hope that you gain some understanding as well, my friend. Worst thing that can happen is we grow. The worst thing that can happen is we grow slash heal. Why is that the worst thing, my friend? Going on an adventure. That sounds good to me. Thank you for joining me on the adventure, friends. There is no other. How is growing healing the worst thing? I'm also curious. Also curious. Sweet pain thing. Thank you. Okay, Pitch. Hey, Gem. Thank you for sharing the space with us, my friend. Just talking about you. Holy shit, that painting is huge noise. Yeah, it's big. It's 3 meters by 1.4 meters. Beautiful. Thank you. It's the best thing for the mind. Knowledge is power. That's right. Can anyone possibly improve if one doesn't grow? You can improve without growing, but I don't think you can grow without improving. Maybe that's the one. And knowledge is not of intelligence. That's also true. Make sure the power you were adding to the frame won't cause damage to the frame, the paper, acid, or what we no. Like, fortunately, I've made sure it's just wood glue, a bit of paper, and then it's a wood frame. So it's wood on wood technically. Have the South African tree growing in my backyard. Okay. Has it been treating you well? I hope it's not too thorny. That was adorable. She just ran and got in her. She's a crazy. She's a little crazy thing, Jenny. Thank you for sharing that moment with me. Maybe they don't improve. Nobody needs to, or it's obligated for another to. Max woke up. I guess maybe you are waking up, my friend. Maybe this growth that you have to experience isn't going to be very comfortable for you, but it is necessary. Is it fence height at the moment? Good to see how large they grow. I'm guessing you're talking about your plants. A singularity, not trying to be rude, but I wonder where his parents are. My parents are not here right now, Scorpy. They went to a birthday party. One of my cousins, I think, is turning 30. Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't be there because they don't have internet access, and I've made a commitment to do this every day. Brother, I switched over when you went mobile. I love the painting. It's massive. Who painted it? I thought for a second it was going to come back to me in that moment. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. I have such a visceral image of this person in my mind, but since he's been so disconnected and especially like judgeful as well, unfortunately, he's been bombarding me with, I need to convert to Christianity, and he's like, I've been praying that the painting has been influencing you and stuff like that. And I was like, thank you, dude. Thank you very much. But chillax. Calm down. But why wouldn't you want to improve, Law? It makes no sense. I don't know who's saying you wouldn't want to improve, unless you're talking about Max. I don't know. You are never alone if the voices keep talking to you. You're right, Panda, on that technically movement. Love you too, babe. Thank you, friend. I bet everybody wants to, but it's not an obligation. Yeah, I guess so. Alone and disconnected are two different things. You can be alone, but as long as you hold some sort of connection, you won't be lonely. I feel more connected in the middle of nowhere than I do in a shopping mall. That is such a good point, Ninja. What a beautiful thing that is to say. Because in the middle of nowhere, if you're standing in the middle of nowhere and there's nature all around you and you can hear the wind and maybe some insects and birds, like there is a very real sense of connection in that moment. Where in a shopping mall, unless you purchase something, there's no way for you to have connection with it. So you're so right. What a beautiful point that is to make. There's a birthday party, but they're usually around the farm. Thank you for letting him know. I appreciate you listening so intently. Thank you, Auntie. Burn it from the. I don't have to do that, Fred. Reddit is okay, I think. I think so as well, Toast. It looks kind of alright. It just kind of stuck. It's been telling me that we have 1,900 friends watching and 34 upvotes. Reddit is okay, I think. Do you have matchsticks? I do have matchsticks as well, friend, but we got ourselves a little flint, fortunately. What a beautiful spot. Thank you, Max. I appreciate you sharing the spot with me right now. Instead of me being alone in the middle of this space, now we are together in the middle of this space. His energy is making me tired, lol. I had my booster today and I'm already feeling rough. Is my energy making you tired, Jem? I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe I should calm down more. Thank you for the energy, Infamous One. I'm missing your words, my friend. I've seen you tuning in and giving some love in awards. I miss you. I hope you're doing okay, friend. Fear can stop people from improving. It does all the time, Ninja. Must be the booster kicking in good luck. I hope so. Their question was, but why wouldn't you want to improve? This man is contrasting pattern. This man's contrasting patterns disturb me. You talking about these ones? On me? Oh, sorry about that. You want to be disturbed? I can disturb you. Add some more fire or some more fuel to the flames, if you will. Mate, people have been smoking weed for years. Come on. It's not new. I never said it's new. Okay, all establishment. Did I once say like, oh yes, weed smoking is so new. I recently discovered it, figured it out. You smoke this weed plant and then it makes you high. Don't believe me? Try it. No, what the fuck? Fear can stop people from wanting to better their situation. The fear of failure might stop someone from going for a promotion, for example. Not only that, Ninja, but fear keeps people comfortable, or at least it keeps people attached to their level of comfort, because you're so scared of losing that level of comfort that the proposition of risking something and then potentially risking the comfort along with it stops you from doing anything. Humans are a lot more aligned with loss aversion than we are with gain. We would do a lot more. We would do more to keep a dollar than we would do to earn a dollar. And it's fear kind of driving that response in us. Oh, senpai, I can't take all that knowledge learned. Suddenly, 50% of my brain cells die. Are you okay, Han? Where are you? In South Africa, dirty Augie. South Africa, thank you. Are you okay? Are you okay? No one thinks weed is brand new. Either enjoy, contribute, or leave. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Aunt B, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I wanted to say like you throwing some shade at the spicy comments, but I just appreciate you. Thank you, Aunt V, for being you. Seems nice there. Snowing here in Queens, New York. Yeah, like I've never seen snow in my life, dude. So I'll live vicariously through you. You get to live vicariously through me. Streams topic hits me close to home. Hope you're all having a beautiful day. Talia, I love you so much, my friend. The rundown of what we've been talking about today has been loneliness, the illusion of loneliness, if you will. how it affects us, how it scares us sometimes, how we distract ourselves from it. Maybe we can talk a bit about that, how loneliness also has this caveat of we distract ourselves from that. Yeah, it's brutal. It's a loop almost. Thank you, Talia. You are not alone. You're loved. Freaking Heather is here as well. So much love to you, my friend. I hope your mom is 80% better at this moment. 5% today. I should be 80% at this point. Big storm coming, I think, looking at a foot. I think I'm looking at a foot of snow, I'm guessing. I hope that you can stay inside or that you have the means, the power to shovel snow. So, how are you, Jenny? And morning, Heather. Thank you for saying hi to Leah, to our beautiful friends. Chill. Hi from Scotland. The one-eyed man is God in the land of the blind. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how to fit that into the context of what we're talking about today. But yes, that is true. Too cold for me. I wouldn't be able to survive. SM Daz is joining us again. Says I used to live in a place that hurt my face when I went outside. Glad I moved. I prefer palm trees in the winter. Yeah. I've never experienced cold like that. I don't know if I'm built to survive cold like that. He is considered a lunatic and hung from the nearest tree. Goodness. Smart doggy though to think of that concept. She is very clever. Very clever. Too clever for her own good. Oh, you have a tick. You have a new tick on your foot. This little dude was trying to work his way to her skin. These are the only insects, well, these and mosquitoes, that I relentlessly murder as of late. I don't step on ants. I don't. I don't kill flies that much anymore. But like ticks and mosquitoes, things that try and steal blood. Then if they ask permission, if they were like, "Bruh, I need like less than a mil of blood," like actually a fraction of a milliliter of blood. Is that cool? I'd be like, ah, dude, you know what? You asked so like nicely. How could I say no? Take your fill. And he's like sick, sits down, has a meal, kind of like says thank you, and then leaves, and then doesn't leave me itching afterwards as well. Would be nice, it would be a cool exchange. Maybe I could have some cool conversations with the mosquitoes that drink my blood. But no, no, no consent. Nothing. They just kind of like land on you, covert like, drink your blood, and then injects anticoagulants in your blood as well, so that your platelets don't stuff the hole. Assholes. Keeps me itching for weeks afterward. Like, two mosquito bites there. I have a mosquito bite there. I have a few on my feet that I literally scratch until I bleed. Assholes. I'm just so freaking angry. Definitely does. You scared freezes the lowest. Goodness. Yeah, that's crazy. -40. I cannot. My brain does not understand -40 degrees Celsius. Like, I have no frame of reference for what that's like. Loneliness is the opposite of belonging. I don't feel necessary. Maybe like I feel if anything, it's close. Beautiful point, Jenny. Beautiful point. Not to start a controversy, but something with the earth/environment, because it's never been this cold here, and our summers are changing as well. Yeah, global warming isn't just everywhere is gonna be hotter. Like, climate change means the climate is changing. Things are changing, like in South Africa, our winter season was longer as well than it's ever been. And then I have family members that are like, yeah, global warming is a hoax because it was cold this year. And I'm like, someone help me. Someone, please, 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 someone, I need help. Someone help me. Too much math. Like a magic kiss. Start. I find the same here. We've had a very mild winter so far. It's crazy, Jem. What does it help? I may or may not be trolling your trolls. Thank you, but it's okay. It's okay, my friend. I wonder if it'd be fun just for a few minutes. Oh, I'm used to it. I mean, if anything, if you have the energy to do it, then it's okay to do it. If you're expending energy to do it, then stop. But if you're gaining something, if you're like you're in some mild enjoyment, then I'd encourage it. If you feel like every single time, then stop. I use wit to mess with them. I use wit, the genius, the mind. You're practicing. Show us the plans. The plans are unfortunately outside of Wi-Fi range. Hello from Texas, USA. Oh, thank you for making sure I'm just joking. Thank you, Hojo, for joining us and for sharing this space with us. Hello to you, new new friend from to Hong Kong. I had to take a second there to actually breathe. Thank you for joining us from Hong Kong. You know what I was thinking as soon as I read Hong Kong is just free Hong Kong. I hope it is better there, my friend. I hope it's better there. I believe it is getting better there, at least from what I've seen in the media, but I guess that's also probably skewed. So if you would be willing to tell me some more. In America, the small bus means something totally different and negative, just letting you know in case you come here. Oh, it's like I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but thank you. Thank you, Heather. It's negative here as well, weirdly enough, in South Africa. That sounds like fun. I would need to feel safe in my space so they wouldn't hurt me. Hmm. I mean, like on at the end of the day, the only way that I feel you can deal with those people, those people, trolls, people that want a reaction, is just to give them a reaction that they don't expect. Give them the reaction of, "Oh, hello, you want to sit down with me? You want to have a conversation? Let's chat, dude. Let's chat." And then they're like, "No, you're supposed to be outraged. You're supposed to shun me, to push me away." But no, 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 no. You come and sit here. I'll hook my arm into yours. You won't leave. Where you going, dude? Where you fucking going? Stay here. Let's talk. Man, the sun is hitting me again. Why with such consistency do I keep making this mistake? Freaking sun. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? We got snow for 4 days the past year. It's crazy. In for 4 days this past year. Like I'm curious now. I'm guessing that you don't really get that much snow in Texas. Where I live in Michigan, we do not get as much snow as we used to, and it doesn't get as cold either. That might be a good thing, but I guess the summer months are probably a little bit warmer as well. Reddit dropped. Maybe it's gonna drop on this side soon now. Thank you for joining us here, Jovan. I'm like it's funny to me that they don't tell me. So you cuddle trolls the same way you cuddle puppies? Yeah, pretty much. Exactly that. It hurt me. Love explosion. I love you. I mean, sometimes I'm a little bit spicy, Jenny. I give like mild backhands. It's like instead of just like as a backhand, it's like a small little cheek slaps, instead of just like slapping down. Thank you for joining us here, Siobhan. I think I might continue reading the Reddit comments. Should I continue reading the Reddit comments? Mariah, maybe I'll do some of them. Mm, Fed housed you like a soup kitchen, pretty much. Epona was here as well for a second. So much love being shared. Nice one, dude. I'm glad you are happy. Sounds like an idyllic life. It's shaping up to be. I think I can say. If anyone's looking for a professional to analyze them, allow me. Just kidding, friends. It rubs me the wrong way when people assess their views of another person from a 30-second convo. Like they know everything. Like they know anything. Heather. Like we know anything. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Just to try and imagine. Try and think about who you are right now and how you've changed over the last few years. Literally worlds worth of change over the last few years just in your life. And then someone based on a single conversation that you might even be having about your past It's like, oh, okay, this is who you are, huh? It's like, no, maybe something I've done, maybe something I've experienced, maybe something I'm doing, but not me. Nothing is you. A flow of energy is so nice. It's so strange. I sent you a chat invite. Thank you, Coco. Yo, where are you? It looks cool. South Africa. Mel's memory blows my mind. At times I was thinking he had cue cards. I know there are categories, numbers, faces, names, song, lyrics, and people can be specifically good at, but you're well rounded with recall. Thank you. Heather, I still like again, the more you remember, the more painful it becomes to forget things. And it's counter indicative, and it's also something that continues to fuck you up for the rest of your life because the older you get, the less you remember. So hopefully we will have technology. As Jovan knows what I'm talking about. As Jovan, yeah, we're gonna not forget things. At least we're going to have the ability to recall things and have continuity in conversations semi-assisted. I feel we would be able to get to know each other even better because of that. Especially if you're being spread, if you're trying to have a lot of conversations. I'm trying to say something that is very out there, like a little bit esoteric still, but I feel you might understand what I'm talking about. Matthias, my computer says 75 watching. Thank you for letting me know. Success party. And that's the last comment. Stream dropped. There we go. There we go. We're at the end. It's the end of the road as we know it. I'm not sure if that's the lyrics either, but it's the end of the road. At least for today's stream. I guess we can close out of this Reddit one. What a wonderful stream it was. Love you, Mononoke. Love you so much, friends. Mm. Being able to share this moment, have these conversations, feel a little bit less lonely. Every single time it leaves me things to think about. How much more growth? How many more not lonely experiences will we be allowed to have? How will our lonely experiences inform our appreciation for the experiences we get to share with one another, where we feel not alone? Is the severity with which we felt alone the severity with which we can feel connected? You are not alone. We're not alone, Jenny. I know that. I've had in my life visceral, personal experiences with informational patterns that no longer allow for the mindset of I am alone. It's like things literally melt away. Like, oh, this mindset of completely being separate from everything else and just being this little blade of grass in the wind, and that's the amount of influence you have on this reality, and that's all it is. If you think of yourself as just the blade of grass on this planet, in the context of that, then yes, you can completely discourage yourself like that. But if you realize that you have all of these other braids of grass along with you, and you can watch them dance in the wind as well, and you can have wonderful conversations with them, then you realize that even though you're a blade of grass in the wind, you can have a beautiful experience just being a blade of grass in the wind. You can have a full experience, a whole life as a blade of grass. And if you can realize that the beautiful part of that is being with other blades of grass, being with other beings that you can dance with in this wind of time, this wind of technology, this wind of social, standards, this wind of epidemics. All we have to do is dance with one another. And dancing with other beings is also one of the ways you can feel more connected than ever. Never alone is the story we tell ourselves. And damn it, Jovan, we've stopped telling it. We finally actually stopped telling that story. We're telling ourselves a story of unity, of connectedness now. Everyone is special and they don't have to prove it. This is my favorite thought today. You're so right, Jenny. And that was, like someone coming to me or coming into the stream and is like, aren't you exhausted with trying to be special? I'm like, bruh, how you don't have to try. You are special, Jenny. You are special. Thank you so much for bringing that back. Beautiful. You are beautiful. Thank you for listening with such an open heart, for being in this moment with me instead of being somewhere else, for letting me feel a little bit less alone. I appreciate you, friends, more than I can possibly say. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your love, your time, you with me right now. I look forward, friends, to seeing you again tomorrow. Have a good one. Love and light to you.